Hey guys, what's going on? So today I have a collection update, like I mentioned in the last video, I believe. Pretty nice size. Got 2 records and a stack of about 8 CDs, so I'll try to get through everything. We'll keep this video as short-ish as possible, but it'll probably be like 20 minutes as usual. Anyways, background, we're listening to some Inveracity, Extermination of Millions. Been meaning to listen to this one a little more and try to get into it a little more. I like Circle version way more, but I don't know, maybe I need to familiarize myself with this one more. I've kind of talked about my opinion on this album before. But yeah, cool shit. I'll show the records first. For this collection update, it's pretty mixed. We got a good amount of punk, and then of course, a lot of brutal death metal, even some mathcore. So I'll show the records first. They're both punk albums, and they're both classic LA hardcore punk albums. First up, Circle Jerks Group 6. Great fucking album. Easily the best Circle Jerks album. If you're gonna listen to one album from them, it's this one. I'm sure if you're into punk, you know the Circle Jerks. If not, really straightforward hardcore punk band. Really catchy songs, you know, from the early 80s. I think this came out in 1981. Keith Morris's band after I can't remember if he got kicked out of Black Flag or if he quit. But really short album. It's like 15 minutes long. The songs are all really short, and they're all so fucking good. This is an album I've been wanting to get since like middle school, and I just never got around to it. But yeah, classic album cover. There's back with all the song titles. Some of the best songs on here. Deny Everything. Like the first 4 songs are like, oh, so good. Deny Everything. I Just Want Some Skank. Beverly Hills. That's probably my favorite. Operation, some other good ones. Rolled Up My Ass, Live Fast, Die Young, the title track, Red Tape, killer shit. But yeah, really juvenile sort of stuff. Really like, you know, it's got that careless sort of attitude to it. I don't know how to explain it. It's just really young and energetic and trashy, but in like the best way possible. It's a funny band photo. They're like holding scissors up to his tongue. And you got all the lyrics, like the iconic mascot thing at the bottom. Let's give them a pink vinyl, actually, like a clear pink vinyl. It looks really nice. Sounds very good too, yeah. The only thing that sucks with this album is because it's so short, you have to flip it over so quick. Because, like I said, it's like a 15-minute long album. But yeah, it's great. I don't know, short punk albums like this are so good. The songs are short and sweet, you know, like they're really short. But they're so good that you kind of have to, you just want to listen to them over and over. Like, this is the type of album I wouldn't mind listening to twice in a row because how quick it is. Especially because, like, it's funny, I think the cassette version of this, I remember hearing that it has the same album dubbed on both sides. Like, that's how short it is. But yeah, Circle Jerks, Group 6, love this album. Next up, we got a punk album that took the longest time to grow on me. Like, I've been trying to get into these guys since, like, middle school, and just finally, I'm starting to get into them. Like, God, how many years later? Like, I first heard this band when I was 12, which was almost like 8 years ago. This is Fear with the record. Glad I got this from my local record store. I know it's a little harder to find as well. But this is the debut album from Fear. If you don't know Fear, I don't know if you could say they're hardcore punk, but they fall into that category of like the early 80s bands like Circle Jerks, Black Flag, The Germs, X, you know, stuff like that. And this is a great album. Just really fun, catchy stuff. The reason I couldn't get into Fear for a while was Lee Ving's vocals. They're like in the song "I Love Living in the City." If you heard it before, like he does this weird like type of singing, and it's really goofy sounding, but it's a grower for sure. This album's just ignorant and ugly sounding in like the most fun way possible. But there's the album cover, pretty iconic. Just the logo, like kind of spray painted. There's the back, band photos, and you got, I guess, the band with gas masks. This album's like around half an hour long, and there's some great songs on here, like Let's Have a War, Beef Bologna, I Don't Care About You. You got some funny ones like New York's Alright if you like saxophones. Foreign Policy, I Love Living in the City, it's probably the best song on here. Fresh Flesh is really going, really fucking edgy, like offensive, violent, misogynistic shit. What else? No More Nothing. Yeah, it's a really traditional sort of punk album too. It's really straightforward, just catchy sort of songs. But like I said, it's just, you know, really like this band wanted to piss people off with these songs. You know, it's just really fun, offensive, edgy shit. It's not as crazy as like G.G. Allin or anything like that, but it's like edgy enough, I guess. And I love crazy shit like that, like G.G. Allin. So sorry about that noise in the background. This one's on clear vinyl. Really nice. Sounds great. Yeah, glad I finally got into these guys. Their second album, More Beer, is also really good. I need to get that one as well. But yeah, don't have much else to say for this one. It's really fun stuff. Fear, the record. Not only the CDs, this first one's also another punk album that I've been really getting into this band lately. And I remember seeing this album cover everywhere, and I gotta censor it on here so this doesn't get taken down. I'm gonna do this. But I remember seeing this album cover around at record stores since like middle school, and I never checked out the album until recently. And this is another like really short punk album. It's like, I think this one is even shorter than Group Sex. Like it's like 13 minutes long. This is the Doors with Blood, Guts, and Pussy. This came out in like the early 90s, I think 1991 or 1990. This is some great shit, really garage rock influenced punk. Just really fast, short songs, really catchy. Like I said, they've got this old school like garage rock sort of sound to them, but just played at, you know, super fast, energetic speed, and very G.G. Allin influenced lyrics. I mean, the songs, there's like so many songs with the word fuck in the title on here, like Let's Fuck, Motherfucker, Fuckhead, Fuck You Up and Get High. It's so ridiculous. My favorite song here is the first song here, Backseat of My Car. Just great shit. Crazy album cover. You got these two, I'm trying to think of, how do I censor this? You got these two chicks naked, covered in animal blood, and you've got like a little person, and he's having sex with a dead rabbit. So yeah, really crazy shit. You know, there's the back of the album title. I'd prefer to have this on vinyl, but it's really expensive, and it's not really expensive, but it's like a $50 record. I don't want to spend $50 on like a 12-minute album, so I just got the CD, which is fine enough. But anyways, there's the inside. You got the disc. I know this band was pretty notorious for their shows, kind of similar to G.G. Allin's Antics. This band would like self-harm and like fucking have sex and shit on stage, all this other crazy shit. Band photo. And they got a really old school kind of look to them. But yeah, this is just a really fun album. What I like about the Dwarves is they bring back that like rock and roll sort of sensibility to punk. This album feels a lot older than it actually is. They bring back that like rock and roll, you know, like old school, late 60s, I guess, sort of garage rock sound. But combine it with like the edginess and catharsis of like bands like fucking G.G. Allin and stuff like that. Like it's really edgy, but it's also catchy and fun as hell. But yeah, great album. I need to get their album after this. It's called Thank Heaven for Little Girls. Weird fucking album title. But that's another really good album too. But if you're gonna listen to one album from the Dwarves, make sure it's this one. If the cover doesn't interest you enough, I don't know what will. But yeah, if you just like fun, edgy, catchy punk, you'll like this. And it's not for everybody, you know. But yeah, some other great songs on here are Drugstore, Skin Poppin' Slut, Astro Boy. Yeah, every song in here is great though. Just really short, fun album. Dwarves, Blood, Guts, and Pussy. Alright, next up, we got some mathcore. And this is like the token mathcore album. This is an album I've liked for a really long time actually, and I was on a kick for it, so I finally got it. I might get some shit for this because I know a lot of people don't like this band, but I think they're fun. Dillinger Escape Plan, Calculating Infinity. Great shit, you know, really grind influence, but super off-kilter and like technical. I remember listening to this in like 9th grade. If you like early Pig Destroyer, this isn't too far off. Just really jarring technical shit. From a music theory standpoint, these guys are insane. Just like fucking harmonizing seconds and shit like that. It sounds fucking schizophrenic. But yeah, I'm sure everybody's heard 43% Bird. You know, a lot of hardcore on here too. Obviously it's core, so yeah, I like it. I don't give a fuck. I don't care that much about any of this band's other material that came out afterwards. Like the other stuff is just kind of okay, but this album is really fucking good. Just so much energy. Packaging on the booklet's really neat as well. It's like it like slides out like that. And I guess it's just like pictures of like recording equipment. The artwork's kind of weird. We just have all the lyrics and stuff. I don't really have much to say for this album. It's just a really fun, like, adrenaline junkie sort of listen. I don't really know how else to put it. Hey, if you just want like, and this sounds like half an hour long, I think. But if you just want like a short, super energetic, but also super technical album, this is it. But yeah, I just realized I put that upside down. Let me fix it. But yeah, this is a really fun album though. Not something I'd listen to like every day per se, or even every week, but when I'm in the mood for something like this, it's really good. But yeah, this is an album I've been listening to for a long time, and I'm just glad I finally got around to it. So yeah, Dillinger Escape Plan, Calculating Infinity. Alright, now on to the brutal death metal. First up, we have a pretty cool album that not a lot of people talk about from a pretty popular band. This is Internal Bleeding with Driven to Conquer. It's their third album. It's the one after Extinction Benevolence. A lot of people overlook this album, probably because of how awful this album cover is. It looks like a fucking PS1, like, first-person shooter or something. Like a fucking Medal of Honor game. But this is a really good album, though. It's got a lot of hardcore influence, but it's still brutal death metal. Songs like Rage, the title track, 6 Shots in Dallas, Falling Down. There's a re-recording of Inhuman Suffering from Voracious Contempt. This came out in this came out in 1999. Yeah, if you like Internal Bleeding, I don't see why you shouldn't like this album unless you really fucking hate hardcore. But even then, like, if you don't like hardcore, I don't know why you'd like Internal Bleeding in the first place. The albums after this I don't care for as much. That's when they got full-on hardcore with, like, Onward and Mecha. But this one's still very much a death metal album. Just, it's like a hardcore band playing death metal. I know a lot of people will call them, like, early deathcore, which I guess makes sense in the literal sense of the word deathcore being death metal and hardcore mixed. But it doesn't sound like deathcore. But yeah. Really fun album, though. Not my favorite from Internal Bleeding. It's probably, like, my second or third favorite, but I do like this album a good bit. I wish this artwork was better, man. Like, that kind of goes for most of their discography. Like, everything up to and including Voracious Contempt has great art, and everything after, I don't know. But yeah, just really groovy, fun album. Really plasticky sounding production. It's kind of weird, but it's fine. You got a dying fetus in that picture. That's funny. I never noticed that. But there you can see John Gallagher and Jason Netherton. That's funny. But yeah. If you like Internal Bleeding and you haven't listened to this album, I'd highly recommend it. It's a very good album. But yeah, you know, just groovy, kind of beat-downy stuff. Early slam, I guess you could say. Although this one isn't as slammy as, like, Voracious Contempt. It's more just beat-downy and groovy. But yeah, Eternal Bleeding, Driven to Conquer. I need to get Extinction of Benevolence, the album in between, because I have Voracious Contempt. And this one, obviously. But Extinction is really good. Next up, we have this... I don't know if you could call it brutal death metal. I guess you could just call it, like, death grind. I got this at a blind buy at Dark Realm Records in LA. And I bought this because of the label it was put out on. And this album looks like it'd be the worst thing ever, but it's pretty good. This is Embolism with Mind Chaos. These guys are a death grind band from Slovakia. And the reason I got this was because it was put out through Forensic Music, which I know Souls of Fate. I think it's either Souls of Fate's label they own or just the label they were on. But yeah, and it looks like some late 90s shit with, like, that side text, so I thought it'd be good. And it's pretty good, but there's some funny shit on the packaging of this. First I'll show the booklet. I think I'm going to save the best for last. It's like the most 90s thing ever. All the lyrics are in, like, Comic Sans font. The song titles are also really silly, like Black Coated Madness, Do Not Behave, And We All Hate Ourselves, Like Life Itself, To a Friend, Just Lies. Like, I guess they're, like, hardcore style lyrics, but they're so, like, I don't know, these song titles are so, like, silly sounding. Now, okay, I'll show the disc. I can't get over this. So there's the disc. Now, this is the funny thing. So I got this CD from Dark Realm Records, right? And as soon as me and my friend get in the car, I open up the CD to take a look at it. I take the disc out, and I see this band photo. Now, in the literal, and I immediately just burst into laughter. Now, in the most literal sense of the word, this is probably the, like, gayest, most homoerotic band photo I've ever seen in my fucking life. Look at that shit. It's so fucking, like, goofy. I don't know whose idea it was, but, man, this... Oh, my God. This is so fucking funny. I also like the logo on the disc with the center there, the record label. That's cool. Yeah, funny-ass fucking band photo. But anyways, music-wise, this is some pretty good death grind. Really scooped raw production. These guys are just really fast and energetic. The vocals are more grind instrumentally. It's pretty death metal-y. It's in the same ballpark as brutal death metal, but it's not quite brutal death metal, mostly because of the vocals. Man, it's some pretty good shit. I've only listened to this like 2 or 3 times so far. It's been a couple weeks since I got this. But it's solid stuff, though. Definitely check it out if you like death grind. Yeah, Embolism, Mind Chaos. Cool shit, funny band photo. Next up we got some pretty cool stuff that I don't see that many people talk about. Like I've heard this band name around a lot, but I haven't heard a lot of people within Brutal Death Metal talk about this band that much. This is Viscera Trail with Humiliation Rooted in Evisceration. This came out in 2009 through Epitomite Productions. It's pretty cleanly produced, and these guys play like a technical sort of style similar to a band like maybe Disgorge or Defeated Sanity, but they mix in a lot of slams and grooves and even a lot of traditional grindcore influence. These guys are a brutal death metal band from Israel, actually, which is really strange, but yeah, not the best album cover ever, but what can you do? There's the back. If you haven't heard this band before, check out the song Gut Her Like a Pig. It's a great fucking song. My only gripe with this album is it's really fucking long. Like, it's almost an hour long, which is way too long for this style, but it's easy enough to sit through. Cool disc. I guess that's short for Israel Death Grind. I don't know. It's funny how a lot of those blasty, brutal death metal bands refer themselves as Death Grind, even though they're not really technically Death Grind, at least in my opinion. Yeah, this is some really cool shit. Yeah, Gut Her Like a Pig, Naming the Birth Canal, really good stuff. He's got lyrics in these, like, I can't tell if these are real gore photos or not, honestly, they look kind of fake. Band photos and stuff. But yeah, this is some really cool stuff, though. Definitely a little overlooked, I'd say. Yeah, this band definitely has a sense of humor, and, like, there's a few, like, goofy-sounding vocal parts. Vocals are cool. They alternate mostly between these, like, frog vocals that have a lot of reverb on them, strangely, and more traditional, regular, like, lows. But yeah, really good stuff. It's technical and blasty, but it's also really fucking groovy and just fun to listen to. But yeah, Viscera Trail, Humiliation Rooted in Evisceration. I'll definitely do a review for this one at some point. Really cool stuff. Next up, I showed a CD for this band in my last collection update, and then I checked out more of their discography, and this is probably my favorite thing I've heard from them. This is Goratory with Orgasm-Induced Diarrhea. Ridiculously goofy album title, but amazing album. Definitely, this isn't like something like Torso Fuck or something like that, where it's just like kind of trash all around. Like, this is just like fun. Like, they're goofy lyrically and imagery wise, but this band definitely has chops to make up for it in terms of like their technicality and stuff. These guys are like a technical brutal death metal band, but they have a lot of beatdown and like groove to them, which is really cool. But yeah, strange fucking album cover, and some weird, like, really some of the goofiest song titles I've heard in all of brutal death metal, like Total Eclipse of the Fart, the Wrath of Piper's Pit, Pig Fucker, Cream of Fetus, Cottage Cheese Cunt. Like, these guys did not take themselves seriously at all, but their music just goes so fucking hard. If you like Guttural Secrete, I think these guys are pretty fair to compare to them. That same sort of technical but still really groovy style. Got some more artwork behind the disc. It's like the chick from the album cover bent over with diarrhea everywhere. Yeah. You know, really silly band with really goofy samples on here as well, but the music is definitely very serious in terms of like they take their craft seriously, but they have fun with it, you know. But yeah, awesome shit. This came out in the early 2000s. Put out through Amputated Vein Records. Yeah, this came out in 2002. Fucking year I was born. Put out through Amputated Vein Records. This is another kind of longer album. It's like around like 45 minutes long, but it's easy to sit through for me. Yeah, there's a lot of like, I don't want to say gent, but like those like syncopated, like quick, like dun 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 dun, like, you know, like those kind of riffs on here. That sounds so goofy impersonating it, but you guys know what I mean. Things like Meshuggah, Bleed, like stuff like that. There's a lot of grooves like that on here, but in the context of brutal death metal, they work really fucking well and sound really like heavy and aggressive and energetic. My favorite song here is Total Eclipse of the Fart. There's a really cool groove where like they go from a slow part to a vocal break, and it goes into this really bombastic sounding fucking groove at the end of the song. If you haven't heard Goratory, listen to that song. Yeah, great band. I need to get their third album, the one after this, Rice on Suede. It's a really good album as well. But yeah, Goratory, Orgasm-Induced Diarrhea, cool shit. Alright, down to the last two. Funny, I just mentioned Guttural Secrete. I also finally got around to getting their debut EP, Artistic Creation with Cranial Stumps. This is my favorite thing from them. That's not Reek and Pubescent Deployment. I know a lot of people like Nourishing the Spoil, and that one's good, but I think this is better. And then Reek is the best thing they've done. Yeah, great shit. I got this from Unmatched Brutality for really cheap. Just killer EP. If you've never heard Guttural Secrete, kind of like Goratory, where They're technical and off kilter, but they have a lot of groove to them. But yeah, great songs on here. Just really energetic. You know, if you want to get hyped up by some brutal death metal, this is like one of the bands to listen to, in my opinion. Love that CG logo, very 2000s. I'm pretty sure there's just like lyrics and like a band photo. Yeah, these guys were a three-piece back in the day. But yeah, Boo Jensen's vocals are fucking incredible. Those inhale highs are insane. But yeah, really energetic, fun shit, gets you pumped up. 4 songs and they're all fucking great. The song has Split into Succulents. There's like a pitch harmonic riff at the end of that song that I fucking love. But yeah, Guttural Secrete, Artistic Creation with Cranial Stumps. I think they also had a demo before this. I forgot what it's called, from like 2003. That's also really good. I don't know if they have it on physical, but I know it's on like a compilation that has both this and that. But yeah, cool shit. Last but not least, got a CD my buddy Drew gave me because he didn't want it anymore. So if you're watching this, thanks, man. Some cool shit. This is Imprecatory with Mortal Intestines Decay. Brutal death metal from Indonesia, I want to say. I've only gotten to listen to this once so far, and it's pretty good. Put out through 7 records. It's a little more like meat and potatoes, brutal death metal, but it's done very well. The production on this reminds me a lot of Cenotaph, Puke Genital Purulence. But yeah, you know, cool, like raw, sort of blasty stuff. Cool album cover. Just the back track listing. Some funny broken English song titles on here, like well, not broken English, but just weird song titles like Villainous Mind, Carcass and Gore. And some of these look like they're in another language. Yeah, take this out. There's the disc. It looks like this was supposed to be on a clear jewel case because I see some artwork back there. I don't know if I feel like taking the tray out right now, though. It's a pretty sturdy jewel case. I don't want to fuck anything up. Band photo. I think it's just lyrics. I haven't gotten around to reading the lyrics for this yet. But yeah, solid stuff for sure. I need to listen to this a little more. But yeah, cool stuff. Just, you know, solid. Like, if you're not super into brutal death metal, I don't know if I'd recommend this, but if you're like a huge brutal death metal fan like myself, then you'll probably get some enjoyment out of this. Yeah, good stuff. Imprecatory, Mortal Intestines Decay. I've seen this album cover a lot, but I never like checked it out, so glad I have it and finally listen to it because it's good stuff. Yeah, cool stuff. So yeah, that's it for this video though. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that shit like usual. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.